Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter, probability. In the previous part of this chapter, we have discussed about expectation, its properties, and different types of moments, especially mean variance, standard deviation, skewness, and kurtosis. We just recall that mean m equal to e of x, expectation of x, and variance sigma square is given by mu2, which is expectation of x minus m whole square, or alternatively we may write alpha 2 minus m square, that is e of x square minus m square. Now in this part we shall obtain mean and variance for some known distributions. Before that we consider some theorems. This is the statement of the theorem, that is variance can be written as e of x into x minus 1 minus m into m minus 1, where m is the mean and x is the given random variable. We know that variance can be written in these two forms, e of x minus m whole square or e of x square minus m square. This is the third form of variance, so we shall prove this. We start the proof here. First to write variance, we know that variance can be written as e of x square minus m square. Now this is equal to, we can write it e of x square. Now here we write minus e of x plus e of x is equal to. Now combining the first two terms, e of x square minus e of x, by the property of expectation, we can write it e of x square minus x plus, now e of x, this is equal to m, the mean. Now this is equal to e of, taking x common, it can be written as e of x into x minus 1, and if we take minus n common here, then this is minus m into m minus 1. So variance of x is equal to e of x into x minus 1 minus m into m minus 1. So this is the third formula of variance. So that completes the proof of this theorem. Next we consider this theorem. If x is a random variable, then variance of ax plus b is equal to a square into variance of x, where a and b are two constants. And here we assume that a not equal to 0. We start the proof. We assume that this random variable ax plus b, this is given by y equal to ax plus b. So y is a new random variable which is ax plus b. Now to find variance of x plus b, we first assume that mean of x, that means mean of x is given by m. So m equal to e of x, that means mean of x. And we assume that mean of y is given by my. So my equal to expectation of y. Now this can be written as e of, now y equal to x plus b, so we can write ax plus b equal to, by the property we can write it as e of ax plus e of b. Now again we can take this constant a outside the expectation, so this is a into e of x plus, now e of b, b is a constant, so e of b equal to b. Now expectation of x is m, so it is am plus b. So this is the mean of the random variable y. Next we have to find the variance of this random variable y. Now variance of y, that is variance of x plus b, this is equal to expectation of y minus its mean whole square. Now this is equal to e of, now y equal to ax plus b, so here we write ax plus b minus, now my, we have already obtained that my equal to am plus b, so it is am plus b and its square. Now cancelling b and taking a common, we find that this is expectation of a into x minus m square. So this is equal to E of S square x minus m square. Now since a square is a constant, we can take this a square outside the expectation. So this is a square into E of x minus m whole square. That is equal to a square into, now E of x minus m whole square, this is the variance of x. So this is variance of x. Therefore, this is the required proof that variance of y is equal to a square into variance of x. That means variance of x plus b equal to a square into variance of x. Now we know that standard deviation is the positive square root of variance. So if we compute the standard deviation of x plus b, that should be positive square root of a square into variance of x. So the standard deviation of x plus b should be, the positive square root of a square is modulus of a. So standard deviation of x plus b should be modulus of a multiplied by standard deviation of x. We prove one more important theorem, that is second order moment is minimum if taken about the mean. We know that second order moment about the point A is given by E of x minus a square. Now we need to prove that this quantity is minimum when it is taken about the mean. That means when a equal to the mean m. So we start the proof here. We can write it, this is equal to E of, now this can be written as x minus a, can be written as x minus m plus m minus a square. So consider this as a first term and this as a second term. So if we expand this, we find that this is x minus m whole square plus m minus a whole square plus 2 times x minus m into m minus a. This is equal to, by the property of expectation we can expand this. So we can write here E of x minus m square plus E of m minus a square plus 2 times expectation of x minus m multiplied by m minus a. Since 2 is a constant, so we can take 2 outside the expectation. That is equal to E of x minus m square plus, now m is a constant, a is a constant, so expectation of m minus a whole square, it is equal to m minus a square, since m minus a square is a constant, plus 2 into, now m minus a is a constant, so we can take this outside the expectation, then it is E of x minus m, that is equal to E of x minus m square plus m minus a square, and E of x minus m, we have already proved that this is the first order central moment. So if we expand this, we shall find that this is E of x minus E of m. Now E of x equal to m and E of m equal to m, so this is nothing but 0. So the second order moment about any point, this can be written as second order moment about the mean plus this term, and we know that this is a non-negative term. The minimum value of this term is 0, which happens if a equal to m. So the second order moment about the point A is minimum when the point is the mean. Therefore the second order moment is minimum if the moment is taken about the point A equal to m, that is if about the point mean. So that completes the theorem. Next we shall find some important moments such as mean, variance for some known distribution. First one is binomial distribution. The spectrums are denoted by I, which are 0, 1, 2 up to n, and the corresponding masses are Fi, NCi, p to the power I, q to the power n minus I, and we know that q is equal to 1 minus p. So for this binomial distribution we have to find mean and variance. First up is the mean. We know that this is the formula of mean equal to expectation of x. Now since binomial is a discrete distribution, so mean is given by this summation over I from 0 to n, that means sum is over spectrums. I into fi. For the mean, we have to find E of x, that is equal to summation of this over I into fi. I is the spectrum, fi is the corresponding mass. Now if we put I equal to 0, then we find that the value is 0. So we can omit I equal to 0. So we can start with I equal to 1 to n. So I equal to 0 is omitted. Next we have replaced the value of fi by this one, nci p to the power I q to the power n minus I. Next we have written nci equal to n factorial divided by n minus I factorial and I factorial. So I factorial can be written as I into I minus 1 factorial, so that I can be cancelled out. Next we shall replace I minus 1 by j, so that the summation becomes j equal to 0 to something. So if we replace I minus 1 equal to j, that means I equal to j plus 1, then as I equal to 1, j equal to 0, and as I equal to n, then j equal to n minus 1. So the summation becomes from j equal to 0 to n minus 1, n factorial divided by n minus j minus 1, j factorial p to the power j plus 1 q to the power n minus j minus 1. Now if we replace n minus 1 equal to suppose capital N, then the expression this reduces to this, as n minus 1 equal to capital N, so the summation becomes from j equal to 0 to capital N. Now n factorial is capital N plus 1 factorial, n minus 1 minus j becomes capital N minus j, and similarly q to the power n minus j minus 1 becomes q to the power capital N minus j. So here I have written capital N plus 1 factorial equal to n plus 1 multiplied by n factorial. Now these three terms, n factorial divided by capital N minus j factorial and j factorial, this is equal to capital NCJ. Also we take 1p outside the summation. So if we take capital N plus 1 and 1p outside the summation, then this becomes n plus 1 into p, and summation is over j from 0 to capital N. This is capital NCJ, p to the power j, q to the power n minus j. Now in some previous part we have already shown that this summation is nothing but binomial expansion of q plus p to the power n. In this case it should be binomial expansion of q plus p to the power capital N. You can expand the summation and ultimately you will find that this summation is nothing but q plus p to the power capital N. Now we know that p plus q is equal to 1, so this is equal to 1, and we have assumed that capital N plus 1 equal to small n, so this is np into 1, that is np. So this is the required mean of binomial distribution. Next we shall find the variance. To find the variance of binomial distribution, we shall use this formula, E of x into x minus 1 minus m into m minus 1, where m is the mean of binomial distribution, which is np. We have already obtained this, so just we have to find this quantity. Now the formula of E expectation of x into x minus 1 is given by this summation over I from 0 to n, and here gx function is x into x minus 1, so this is I into I minus 1 multiplied by fi. Now we find that if we put I equal to 0, then it becomes 0. If we put I equal to 1, then also it becomes 0. So the summation can be written as I equal to 2 to n. So we have written I equal to 2 to n, and we have replaced the value of the mass fi, nci, p to the power I, q to the power minus I. We shall use the same procedure that we have used to compute the mean for binomial distribution. For that we first write nci equal to n factorial divided by n minus I factorial and I factorial. Now I factorial can be written as I into I minus 1 into I minus 2 factorial, so that the terms I into I minus 1 can be cancelled out. So we have cancelled out I into I minus 1 from both numerator and denominator. Next we shall replace I minus 2 equal to j, so that this sum becomes from j equal to 0 to n minus 2. So we have replaced I minus 2 equal to j, so that as I equal to 2, j becomes 0, and when I equal to n, j becomes n minus 2. And for all the terms we have replaced I equal to j plus 2. Next we shall assume that n minus 2 equal to, suppose, capital N. If we replace n minus 2 equal to capital N, then this quantity becomes this. We shall write n plus 2 factorial equal to n plus 2 into n plus 1 into capital N factorial, so that we can use NCJ. So here I have written this. Now n factorial by n minus j factorial and j factorial, this can be written as capital NCJ, and we shall take these three terms n plus 2, n plus 1 and p square outside the summation. Then the sum becomes n plus 2, n plus 1 into p square. Then sum is over from j to 0 to capital N, NCJ, p to the power j, q to the power n minus j, which is the binomial expansion of q plus p to the power capital N. We have already obtained that. So this is equal to n plus 2, n plus 1 p square into q plus p to the power capital N. Now q plus p equal to 1. So this is n plus 2 into n plus 1 into p square. Now we have replaced small n minus 2 equal to capital N. So these can be written as small n into n minus 1 into p square. So the value of expectation of x into x minus 1 is n into n minus 1 multiplied by p square. Next we shall find the variance. Now this is the variance, and we have already obtained that this is equal to n into n minus 1 into p square, and m is the mean and mean is np, so it is np multiplied by np minus 1. If we simplify this, we shall find that this is equal to np into 1 minus p, and 1 minus p equal to q, so this is npq. So this is the variance. Variance of binomial distribution is npq. And we know that standard deviation is the positive square root of variance. So standard deviation equal to root over npq. Next we shall find mean and variance for Poisson distribution. We know that this is the mass function of the Poisson distribution. The spectrums are 0, 1, 2 up to infinity, and these are the corresponding masses, where mu is the Poisson parameter. We first find the mean, and by the formula mean is the expectation of x, that is summation over the spectrums. The spectrums are 0 to infinity, I into fi. Now similar to the binomial distribution, if we put I equal to 0 here, we find that the value is 0. So we can write I equal to 1 to infinity. So we have written I equal to 1 to infinity, and we have replaced the value of fi, that is e to the power minus mu, mu to the power I, by I factorial. Next we shall write I factorial equal to I into I minus 1 factorial, so that the term I can be cancelled out. So we have cancelled out the term I. Now e to the power minus mu is independent of I, so we can take this term outside the summation. So we have taken e to the power minus mu outside the summation, and this sum can be expanded with respect to I. This is the expansion of this summation. The first term is when we put I equal to 1, this is mu by 0 factorial, that is mu. The second term is if we put I equal to 2, that is mu square by 1 factorial. The third term is mu cube by 2 factorial. Next we can take mu common from this series. So if we take mu common from this series, we find that this series is 1 plus mu by 1 factorial plus mu square by 2 factorial up to infinity. This is the series of e to the power mu, so we can write it. It is mu into e to the power minus mu multiplied by e to the power mu, so which is equal to mu. So we find that mean of Poisson distribution is mu. To find the variance, we shall use this formula again. Variance is E of x into x minus 1 minus m into m minus 1. to find the variance, we first find the expectation of this. By the formula, expectation of x into x minus 1 is equal to summation over the spectrums, that is from I equal to 0 to infinity, I into I minus 1 multiplied by the mass. Similarly, if we put I equal to 0 here, we find that the value is 0. If we put I equal to 1, then it becomes 0. So we write I equal to 2 to infinity, and we have replaced the value of the mass Fi. Now I factorial can be written as I into I minus 1 into I minus 2 factorial, so that the terms I into I minus 1 can be cancelled out from both the numerator and denominator. Next, e to the power minus mu is independent of I, so we can take this outside the summation. Now taking e to the power minus p outside the summation, we can expand this series. So if we expand the series, we find that this is mu square plus mu cube by 1 factorial plus mu to the power 4 by 2 factorial up to infinity. Now we can take mu square common from this series. So if we take mu square common from this series, then the series becomes the series of e to the power mu. So it is mu square into e to the power minus mu multiplied by e to the power mu, which is equal to mu square. So mu square is the value of this. Next we shall find the variance. So value of this expectation is mu square minus m, the mean. We have already obtained that mean is the mu. So mu into mu minus 1. So if we simplify this, this becomes mu. So mu is the variance of the Poisson distribution. Now Poisson distribution is that distribution where mean and variance both are equal. So if we find the standard deviation, then we find that standard deviation equal to root over mu. So that completes this part. In this part, we have obtained mean and variance for some discrete distributions. In the next part, we shall find mean variance for some continuous distribution. So until then, thanks for watching.